Who would have thought a tax attorney could be such a smooth talker, leaving the judge and the audience totally stunned. Even with his sharp tongue giving a little power to the 9 kids, the courtroom scene still looked pretty grim, because the prosecution had a signed confession from the kids admitting they threatened society. So, the judge accepted the confession as evidence without hesitation, stating that to overturn, they must prove how it was coerced. But his senior counsel was not impressed with his star performance in court, reminding him that defending under national security laws is more of a sentencing game than a defense party. If he truly insists on innocence, he must seek an acquittal. His assistant, however, urged him to slow down and avoid trouble. If he lost the contract because of this, it would be a total loss, but he resolutely declared. At this point, he transformed from regular lawyer to social butterfly in style. The next day in court, the prosecutor boldly claimed that the books the students read were so they should crack down on those borrowing to study. But he was prepared, producing a British embassy document. The caption clearly states the author is a British diplomat. It's purely historical, no politics. And he whipped out a dozen banned books the prosecution labelled, which he had casually picked up at the bookstore that morning. Subtitles. And these books were even recommended as incentive reading materials at Seoul University, undoubtedly driving the representatives of the prosecution to a state of extreme fury. Meanwhile, another source got the scoop from a witness about where the kids were held, pretty much zeroing in on an abandoned hotel by the port. Walking into a room, he found a steel pipe on the floor, like a sign saying use this. He almost pictured the coercion, but as he sought more clues, vigilant officers caught him. Without hesitation, he tossed him out, but heard the national anthem and stood at attention, hand over heart, singing. This absurdity made everyone chuckle and cringe simultaneously, like a villain suddenly dressing in patriotic garb. On the 3rd court day, he presented Zioyu's medical card, showing a weight drop from 64 kg to 53 kg. Lost 20+ pounds in 2 months, no food in detention. Defendant Zioyu revealed his ordeal. He got just 1 meal a day, and only if he agreed to write down the predetermined lies on the confession form. His words moved the other kids to tears, as if that imagined ball of udon was their 2-month laundry. The family members in the courtroom lost control with his story, causing pandemonium and forcing a sudden end to the hearing. The journalist who once scorned him now hailed him as a hero and wrote praises upon returning to the newsroom. The next day, he uncovered that his article didn't reflect the truth, calling him a jerk and a rebel ruining courtroom. He realized his report didn't come out correctly. Instead, the paper referred to him as a rebel obstructing the court's order. What's up with that? Meanwhile, the construction firm approached him, urging not to fight a losing battle or risk ending their cooperation. But he was determined, resolutely giving up a contract that could have shot him to the stars. Not everyone could comprehend his obsession. Even his assistant felt baffled for the first time. From today, be your own peacekeeper and live steadily. Next day, he went to court as crowds waved protest signs. Some even threw eggs at him, making it clear that he was so low on the road to justice, quite the battlefield. A journalist empowered him, showing he wasn't alone. He removed his jacket, appearing like a heavenly hero. In that moment, both felt relief, as they could at least journey together in the pursuit of justice. However, when he reached the courthouse doors, he found all the family members were kept outside by the guards, crying at the windows. When he entered the courtroom, he saw it was full of critical prosecutors, like a math test. With evidence in hand to reverse the situation, he underestimated the opponent's mindset and shamelessness. Times L, pound A tilde divided by I of A circumflex letter 3CA, Cyrillic letter 4AB, so alia LIQ, Cyrillic letter 4E3, O grov, Eomat symbol 36C, choke, O grov, circumflex, I grov data, and tilde letter 2BD 3A, not sign, E 3 Omat, times LOIQ, Ostrich, da O, IQ, ethic, not sign, I IQ letter 3CA, paragraph I circumflex Cyrillic letter 4E7 micro, Eomat, Cyrillic letter 4E3, I circumflex, Eomat, I egg. Not sign, Cyrillic letter 4E3, I circumflex, Eomat, I grov acute letter 3E3, not sign, symbol 3680, Y acute, quarter, acute on his right hand, head presiding micro, I grovelet fi effe a hoff arbyglet 683 not sign I currents the sign paragraphy or a quarter so really glad 4v3 not sign so delta AO pound copyright. Colleague lawyer was back at it again, scolding him for his outburst in court. The sight of hopelessness from a distance was heartbreaking, yet he felt helpless as he returned to the office, facing retaliation from they accused the firm of tax evasion, ransacked his office, and even his family got anonymous threats. At night, his wife tentatively asked if this case could end, but deep down, he knew his man wouldn't stop chasing just subtitles. The next morning, a black car quietly parked outside the law firm, clearly indicating he was under surveillance. At that moment, a delivery man arrived with a mysterious notice hinting at the comeback. To throw them off, he donned the delivery uniform and pedaled his way to the church, making it a real-life costume party. The mysterious man was actually a military doctor sent by the army to avoid casualties, soon to testify for him. Whitehand got in touch with his journalist buddy, asking them to arrange brave foreign reporters for court coverage. He declared he had found the key to victory. The next morning, the public trial commenced, packed with international reporters. What a spectacle! The prosecutors thought victory was certain, but the military doctor's entry into court shattered their confidence. The officer hastily exited the courtroom for some unknown reason, while Right-Hand eagerly urged the doctor to spill the beans. The doctor opened up about their coercive tactics without holding back, clarifying every detail of the interrogation. This dramatic reversal stunned everyone present as the female protagonist turned her head with a smile, indicating that justice would definitely arrive in the end. Make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe.